welcome to Odyssey Music Festival 20XX, Hanoi Park. It's beautiful. You are all beautiful. Thank you for being here so early. It's hot out here, but we vibing. I love you guys so much. Thanks for coming out. I'm gonna get back into this music right here. Let's get it.
Hey guys, my name's Thomas Greco. I am the founder of Odyssey Music Festival.
My name is Christine. I am the co-founder of Odyssey Music Festival.
My name is Ovidio Santiago, and I am the Director of Operations for Odyssey Music Festival.
What's up, guys? My name is Mitchell Blakemore. I'm the Production Director for Odyssey Music Festival.
My name's Jake Boyle. I was the stage manager for Odyssey Music Festival.
Hi, my name's Amy. I'm the Operations Director for Odyssey Music Festival.
Hi, I am Ashley Wagaleski. I am the Operations Assistant and Artist Relations Coordinator for Odyssey Music Festival.
My name's CJ Mira, and I am the director for the documentary on Odyssey Music Festival.
As far as I can remember, honestly, my parents were all both music enthusiasts. I used to play piano as a child. Started working at the radio stations here in Florida around 18 years old. Started DJing, started producing music, wound up quitting my job, making this a full-time career at age 30. I'm 34 now. We've been running our record label Rawsome for about 5 years now. We also have the Wave stage that's been running for about 2 years now. Spirit Music was our blog site since 2014. So we've been doing it for a long time, and yeah, this just seemed like the natural progression of what we've been building for the last 10 years plus.
I actually started off training classically as a piano player since I was 6, and I pretty much have been playing for about 20 years now, and I got involved into teaching later on for about 8 years. So after that, I decided to get into more production and audio engineering as well. So I took a year of studying to learn all of the essential skills, and then eventually now I've been producing more and doing a lot more DJing and finessing my skills a lot more now. So that's pretty much how I kind of progressed. I kind of went a little backwards. I kind of did more musicianship skills, and then I went into performing after that.
You guys are the customers, man.
We don't help. We like to get our hands dirty, man.
Yes, sir.
Man.
You've just been nervous for
Yeah,
all month.
it's been nerve-wracking for the last month, but like every day that gets closer, it just becomes more and more natural, and it's just pure adrenaline and some Dunkin', Actually on site right now. Did you want to come on site today at some point? Because we could definitely chat. You could look around and see. Absolutely. Oh, this is a bumpy ass ride. My ass is hurting. So for the vision, I would say it definitely came through, the years. However, it was definitely still some sort of far-fetched dream of mine since I started out producing music and DJing. Went to my first music festival when I was 18. I went to Ultra Music Festival in Miami, which is still one of the best music festivals in the world. And I just distinctly remember looking up on stage being like, I want to be there one day. Like, I'm gonna make this happen. I don't know when or how, but this is what I want to be doing for the rest of my life. And as I started working in the music industry as like a promotions and marketing director over at Clear Channel, it was starting to become more and more of a realistic dream of mine that was starting to come into fruition, and I wanted to build something on my own. Start our own community out here. We've always been against the grain with Rawsome, and with the Wave stage, we're trying to break barriers, do something really exciting and unique for the music scene and also for creatives around the world. We've done a lot of traveling. CJ and I have met, back in Amsterdam when we were first starting our Rawsome parties out there, which was phenomenal, which we're coming back again this year. After the pandemic. So it's just been a lot of fun being able to create something and build such a great family along with it. But we were really out to just create more opportunity and more diversity in the scene right now. There's a lot of monotony in the scene. I've noticed, being a record label owner, I hear a lot of what's going on And I see a lot of what's going on. I've played a lot of big music festivals like Imagine Music Festival, where some of our team and I met. I've played at EDC Las Vegas in 2019. I've been flown out to Australia, to Asia, and I've seen these festivals, large and small scale, around the world, and it was very, very inspiring. So I have to thank everybody that has paved the way for us, allowing for us to actually be able to create something so special like Odyssey.
I think the inspiration for wanting to do Odyssey Music Festival came from the fact that I personally enjoy putting events together for the radio station. I worked on a lot of large-scale rock shows, outdoor festivals, country events, and then that in combination with the passion I saw in Tom for music and in particular DJing made me one day want to do an outdoor event, but not in a major market. And that's when we started doing research and wanting to do something in a smaller market, close enough to other major markets where they would travel to our destination. And so Tom and I met up one day and we thought of Palm Beach first. And then I told him, I said, no, I think I have a better place. I said, you want to attract people to the event the first year? Come check out this place. So that's when we headed to St. Pete, over by the Bay of Vinoy Park. It sits on the water, open air. It's attractive. It was the perfect background for this type of event. And that's how Tom and I got together and decided to make this dream a reality.
Oh, I think the blackout fence is back here, so they're already here. Okay. So they should be setting up pretty soon. Essentially, we got a lot of room to work with, and we also want to make sure that backstage isn't like, you know, right. So feel free to like pull this all the way up here. Okay. You know, because we got, I mean, again, it's like the wave stage situation. I feel like the more we come up, the better it's gonna look for recap. Right. It'll just kind of like make this really. Stage here, or like. I mean, look behind me and see if this looks like enough. Right here. At an angle. Yeah. Well, okay. Probably facing out this way so that guests can stay here and watch. Okay. And we can just black out this way because nobody's gonna really be able to see inside of the venue. You want to put venues on here too? Is it gonna be two separate lines? Oh, I put it on. Here and I have a dollar. Yeah. Did they already do? Because then what I would do is VIPs right here. Yes. This thing almost just went straight over. Let's go this way. Let's be a start now, I guess. Is that gonna fit in the truck? A little bit. In the front? Sir. Right put it right in the front. Right in the front, right here. Here, so they come out right here. That's it. That's it, man. Brother, thank you. Hey, we're nice and soapy clean now. Dude. Oh, I know. That's so perfect. Hey. Are you choking right now? I don't know. Are you choking? Oh, okay. I got you. And you gotta make sure you're there. I think it's very important when you undertake anything in life that's new is you don't look at that as your, you don't focus on the obstacles. Obviously, you want to problem solve, you want to take things as they come, you want to prepare properly, but I'd never focused on the what ifs or the possibilities that might, go wrong. I was focused on our team, on our execution, on, basically everything to make sure we sidestep anything like that could happen.
I think it started off with the pitch deck, just the vision. So we actually literally pulled an all-nighter before we were sending it off to finish off the designs. We went over how did we want to present it to, everyone, and what does the stream look like? So we were organizing all of the slides. I pretty much was like, putting all the info and designing. Also with the assets, everything in terms of presenting it and the branding and all that stuff too. So, it was tedious, but I think it was well worth it. We got to get a really good grasp of our vision for OMF and, the whole cyberpunk theme, make it really, it really blew up and everyone loved it. So really good feedback with that.
The biggest challenge leading up to the event is trying to convince potential sponsors to want to be a part of this new movement, I would say, because it's never been done in that market. Everything's always in Tampa, Orlando, or Miami. And so it took a lot of convincing. Another challenge was getting the city on board. There's a lot of stigma when it comes to electronic dance music festivals and the crowd. So we had to convince the city that we knew what we were doing and that this crowd would be a fun crowd, one that would respect the property and just come out just to have a good time.
Well, I was fortunate enough to have endless amount of experience in large-scale music festivals, so I had a pretty good grasp of what it was going to take to make this thing move, week of, day of, operational side of things. Mostly my behind the scenes leading up to was to make sure that the vision was secured through the production directive that we had with the teams in play. And my main goal was to make sure that production, music, lighting, things of that nature were all secured in a timely fashion, to make sure that we were fully operational morning of the festival, to make sure that our festival goers had the best experience possible.
Coming up to the show, I wrangled a lot of our promoters, hired our media team, worked on some of our partnerships and our sponsorships, our scheduling app, our influencer group, and our sponsor, D Betty Vodka. The biggest challenge I had was trying to print our access control boards. I was out until 1 a.m. the night before Odyssey trying to find somewhere with 24-hour printing. But I eventually got them done and it was fine.
Challenges leading up to the fest. I would say for me, a lot of my work came June to July. It was pretty much the month before. I was grinding, I was working. I had recently quit a job, so I had a lot of time to put into this. So the biggest challenge I think for me was waiting. I'd say just waiting for responses. Communication is huge in this industry, and waiting around for confirmations from things kind of probably played the biggest part in a challenge, I guess, for me. I couldn't really move forward through certain things until I got ABC answers. So that was probably the hardest part for me leading up to the fest.
So as much as I can go into detail about, pitfalls and things like that, it was just the whole thing was so cohesive. The team just really stepped in and just gave it their all. And there were a lot of situations where I was not available, I was not present, that our team was there and took responsibility to really just carry out things that were needed to be done.
I would say, obviously the preparation, everyone was just so honestly on point in my opinion. Everyone really handled their role appropriately. And I would say the biggest challenge though was, I would say getting everything together and last minute problems that we all had to kind of handle accordingly. But I feel there wasn't really many challenges other than just the heat. Honestly, that was the biggest thing. We had to make sure we had the ice prepared. That was probably the biggest thing that we just had to overcome. Other than that, I feel everything was set up appropriately. The stage, the production was all done on time. We had everything already preset. It was amazing in my opinion how everything was executed. It was just that blaring heat that I feel everyone had to say something about. But we can't control Mother Nature, so.
The biggest challenge day of and during the event was probably keeping tabs on the weather. Weather's always a factor in South Florida, so we always had to have a backup plan in place in case it did rain. Another challenge we were concerned about was the parking situation. But we've come to realize that in that area, when they've done other events in that area, that people find ways to park. You've got the downtown St. Pete area, and they're willing to walk several blocks to get to the venue. You've got some parks in the area, and they'll park there, and they'll just walk it as well. So those were the two biggest concerns for us, was the weather and the parking situation.
Oh man, we had plenty of challenges. I think that nothing was crippling, fortunately enough. We had a pretty good team at our fingertips to make sure that we were able to manage what was thrown our way. As far as like actual problems, I would say nothing too bad. The majority of our issues were just making sure that we were ready for doors, opening up at 12 o'clock, very hot outside, making sure everyone was properly hydrated and that the team was in good spirits and confident that things were gonna go the way they needed to go day of. But I think just dealing with the police chief and fire marshals and making sure that the city was gonna be happy with what we had done as far as maintaining the safety of the people attending the festival.
My role was it's mostly just day of ops for the stages. There was various things, but nothing major, just typical first time things you come with a fest, but nothing too major to be like, oh, this is that or whatever. Nothing you would notice as a festival goer at least. So my area is backstage for the artists. I want to make sure they have a safe place to come in, chill, have their writer fulfillment, and then go perform, and then, if they want to stay, leave. So there was various people that I just more or less should have been back there. Obviously the heat was an issue too, but other than that, went pretty smoothly. I feel like every artist that played really enjoyed their set. The sound was on point, the production was on point. For all those things to go, smoothly was a success.
I will say, to be fair, most of my work was done before day of show, so I thought it went pretty smooth.
So day of, everyone's mentioned it, but the heat was really, really rough. Day of challenges, I'd say communication as well. I would have loved to have walkies with everyone, and I think that we're gonna look into that next year. But I would say just communication. We all weren't together at the same time, but we still made it work somehow. Luckily the venue wasn't that expansive. We could still get in touch with each other, and everyone was at either of the stages all day, so we were able to kind of work as a cohesive unit and still get things done.
So much ice on, I could be a universe expanding.
I would say it was a huge moment for me. I've never performed on stage before like that. I mean, prior we had those OMF parties like at TK Lounge in Tampa, which is honestly, I felt like it was more like a good practice run for me to kind of get used to performing and being out there. I've always been in my studio, you know, like producing in my little like cave, just like doing my own thing. But like to be performing at a festival and, you know, be able to be in an outdoor event like that, it was very, really big moment for me, and I feel like it was very special for everyone who was, you know, involved in it. And everyone was like a big family, and I could feel that from everyone in the whole festival. Everyone really had that, like, you know, it was just all good vibes, to be honest. Everyone just had an amazing time. I heard so many good things about it and like their experiences, all the people they've met, you know. It was like, just very, very welcoming, so. It was very special, it just specifically just for the wave genre. Just because the wave genre, I feel like it's still rising. Not many people know about wave music, and the fact that we're able to bring it within St. Pete and just electronic music in general, I feel like is already a great accomplishment. Just brought awareness to it, and also to have artists like, you know, Yeti, Hair, we had Dead Crow, Barnacle Boy, all of these artists that, you know, finally got to get some light in St. Pete, and I'm very, very happy about that. You know, so it was a good moment and a special moment for everyone like that.
I know y'all probably think I'm just sitting down like that. I gotta slow this shit down.
Welcome to Odyssey Music Festival 20XX. We're out here, Vinoy Park. It's beautiful. You are all beautiful. Thank you for being here so early. It's hot out here, but we vibing. I love you guys so much. Thanks for coming out. I'm gonna get back into this music right here. Let's get it. Thank you all for being here today. We love you guys. You're beautiful. And everything is blue. Yeah, boy. Let me put this away. I know, I see that. Nice shot, dude. Let me put this away. I'll come back. Yeah, shit, dude. I appreciate it, man. I'm excited for you guys' set, too.
You guys staying hydrated out there?
I built that. I'm glad you guys enjoying it. Yeah. It's for, I think it's for like sports, like football and soccer, like just planted. I wish I had that when I was playing ball. All right, looks all good. Enjoy, guys. Thank you for being here. I knew that was gonna be something that was gonna happen all. Probably feels good though. Enjoy the ice pop. Yeah.
still own this motherfucking record.
Thank you so much. I don't know what to say at this point, but you guys are a top A-class team. This has been the most amazing event I've ever been a part of. This means everything that you guys are a part of this. The city loves us. The crowd loves us. I mean, we're coming back for year 2. Let's celebrate.
I think what made Odyssey Music Festival so successful and different from some of the other events I've worked with in the past was everyone that was at that event is a fan of the music movement, the electronic dance music movement. This one was different in a way that we had a house stage, we had an electronic stage, we had a local DJ stage. So we were able to capitalize on the movement locally in the Tampa, St. Pete area while still bringing in some national and international headliners. So it brought everybody together and they really enjoyed themselves, gave a lot of exposure to some local DJs who are up and coming. And I think that's what really made this event a lot different than the other events I've attended.
It was happy. People were stoked to be there. Everyone was gonna bring up how hot it was. Yes, it was hot. It was the end of July in Tampa Bay, Florida. Like, it is hot. But people were stoked to be there. The music was curated beautifully. Having the aspect of the Rossum stage, which is all the up-and-comers that Greco's been working with his brand. Having a main stage based around house music that still fit the brand that we're trying to represent. And then also having the wave stage, so a very dynamic dimension of music coming for the festival goers. We were really pleased with that.
For me, it was super special because I live in St. Pete. The community of St. Pete is just something different, which I really love living in this city. And so to have a music festival here, I just thought it would just work really well. So when Greco approached me to help him out with this, I was just jumping in for the opportunity.
What makes Odyssey so special for me was it was intimate. It was a festival that felt like you went to a bar show and you were right there with the DJ. Underground feelings, but on a grander scale. Everything was cohesive, even though it was chaotic, but it was the first time event, so it wasn't like the world was on fire chaos. Getting to be witness to all of that, fly on the wall, I got to see a lot of the ins and outs. It didn't feel like a business. It felt like good friends coming together and just making a dream come true.
For me, easily the most important thing about Odyssey was the way that it brought the community together, working with a lot of local artists and promoters, talent, just even attendees, just really melding together our local scene was something that you don't really see a lot. There's normally much more of like a competitive vibe, and I just felt like everybody at Odyssey was truly a family.
This was the first time that I've ever stepped into such a big role. I had a lot of responsibility, and I've never had this much responsibility working for a festival, and it was truly a dream come true for me. This is everything that I've ever wanted, you know, growing up and being in college and networking and working different events. I've always wanted to help execute a festival, and for me personally, this was a dream come true, and Odyssey will always be in my heart. As, I don't know, it's kind of mind-blowing to think about how big of a role I had and how big of a part I had to make this happen. This is everything I always wanted.
Plans for Odyssey 2023. Well, we have a lot of updates, and we'll be able to share those more and more as we get closer to the date. But we have taken a lot of feedback. We've got a lot of great feedback that we can really put into effect for next year, and that's our first and foremost, is making sure that we're taking care of our community, our family that we've built out here. We have been working with the city as well as a co-sponsor, The Kind Mouse, doing a charity alongside this event. So it's become a really special event for all of us involved, and the people that I've been able to meet and connect with along this journey so far has been super inspiring, and I'm just really excited for next year to show you guys what we have planned.
I'm very excited just to see it blossom, and just, we're gonna be able to have a lot more upgrades, and now we know what we can pinpoint on, what we need to work on. Like, the first one's always the hardest, right? So I feel like now we can just learn from this first year and just expand, and everyone seems to really be excited for the next one already, even just from what we've all been hearing from everyone just leaving the festival, and that was already like a good sign. So I'm just very excited to see it just keep leveling up, and that's what we're gonna aim to do. So yeah, very excited.
As far as the event going forward, one thing we did learn from this particular event this past year that we plan to address in 2023 is create some sheltered areas for people. It is the middle of the summer. It gets in upwards of mid-90s, close to 100 degrees. So we want to create some shade for people. So we're looking to options of having some shade across the stage in certain areas, and maybe creating a cool zone for people to come and sit underneath the tent and relax a little bit. Do offer free water already when they're on site. All they got to do is refill their bottles. So I think the main thing we're going to address this year is some shade coverage for everyone, because the feedback was great. Everyone's already asking when's the next event. So it's only going to get bigger and bigger each year.
more lasers. I think that given the budget at hand, we did a really good job with creating very customized looks for our stages that fit the brand that we're shooting to obtain. I think that we always want to grow, and looking into 2023, we'll have a little bit more of a lofty budget with a little more time behind our hands to be able to maintain that, that same aspect of the underground up-and-coming music festival with a little bit more of a mainstream festival look, while staying within a moderate budget. So that would probably be where we're at.
I would really like to spend more time and energy dedicated into really fostering those brand relationships, bringing in more revenue into the show, just really building up more of a presence for ourselves, expanding that family, bringing more people in.
So OMF 2023, I am so excited to see it grow. I'm so thankful to be a part of the first ever OMF, and I cannot wait to see where it is next year, where it is 5 years from now, where it is 10 years from now. I'm so excited to see the growth and expansion, and I'm so excited to fill the venue up. The venue, I can't wait to put more art, put more installations, put more stages, more vendors, just fill it up more, and I can't wait to see what happens in 23.
For Odyssey 23 is being able to look back at this doc and compare it to 2022 to see how it's grown, how we've all grown as people in the industry, the core people of Odyssey. Seeing that before and after, that's what I'm looking forward to most. And just seeing it grow and succeed and expand. But that first year to second year, that sophomore album, that's always a make or break. So let's see, and let's move on to, year 3, 4, 5, 10.
I want to say thank you to everybody that was a part of making this possible. This was a dream of mine since I was very young. I've been told many times that this was not possible. I've been, sneered at, smirked at, laughed at. These things really hurt over time, and I want to just prove to people and inspire others and show you guys that anything is possible as long as you put your mind to it and you focus and you believe in yourself and you surround yourself with great people that are like-minded and all for a great cause. I mean, that is super important. And, I want to thank everybody from the bottom of my heart, everybody from production, our staff, the patrons, the volunteers. I mean, it goes on and on. There's so many to name. And that was the purpose of pulling this documentary together. And thank you, CJ, for taking the time to do this. I love you guys. See you next year.
I'll just leave it off with, I am so appreciative of everyone here, everyone who's been involved with Odyssey. And I'm so proud of Tom, who's, pretty much sacrificed many things just to, get this going. And also our family that was all involved as well, who helped, bring this together. And thank you for just supporting Odyssey.
When it comes to recognition for this event, I mean, it starts at the top with Tom. Tom had the vision, Tom had the passion. All he needed to do was reach out to me, and I wasn't gonna say no to him. I saw it in his eyes, I felt it in the way he spoke to me, so I wanted to make this event a success for him. So I just gave it 100% at all times for Tom. I would do anything for him. And the other shout out to me is the fans. The fans really showed up in support of this event. We had nothing but praises about the execution, the lineup, just how everything ran so smoothly that day. Yeah, I will tell you this, Odyssey Music Festival 2023 is gonna be bigger, it's gonna be better, there's gonna be a lot of excitement around it. It's gonna be a real great day out there, and we can't wait to see everybody out there.
I just want to give a big thank you to Tom Greco for having such a huge vision and trusting me to be able to help him provide on the production standpoint what he needed to fulfill that dream of his, and it was a fantastic scenario.
Everyone for Odyssey, for the team, super awesome work with everyone. Super grateful for Greco. Can't wait for everyone to come back next year and see what we have in store for you guys, and see you next year.
Thank you all so much for being a part of Odyssey 2022. Thank you so much to Mr. Greco for believing in me. This is my first time being in a role of this caliber, and I'm really, really honored to be a part of this group and this family. Look forward to Odyssey 2023. Let's freaking get it.
Thank you so much, Tom, Christine, the whole team. Thank you so much for trusting me to do this incredible job. Thank you so much for making me a part of this. Like I said, this is a dream come true for me, and I just cannot wait to see where this goes. So thank you guys so much. Can't wait. Let's go.
Mainly, I just want to thank Tom for giving me this opportunity and trusting me with being able to tell this story. I know I approached him about this well over almost a year ago when he first told me about it, and last minute he was just like, yo, we kind of forgot about this, let's do it. Being able to just be his shadow for the day and the weekend, and seeing the team come together, even though I was late to the crew, welcomed open arms, got to see everyone hear their stories as well. So thank you for the opportunity, and hope you like the story I tell. You had some unique challenges.
Yeah,
today.
I wasn't sure if I should mention it or not.
And you were going through some things. We won't actually go into detail, but we had actually a special moment where I saw you and your mom, and you had me take a photo for you guys. Upon seeing that photo, me and the team got together, and we wanted to kind of capture that moment, and we wanted to present you with this.
I was already feeling so emotional. That's so pretty. Thanks.
Love you. That was incredible.
Oh, thank you. Oh, fuck. I was already so.
It's such a beautiful photo. You guys are super cute.
I'm so glad you captured it. Oh, fuck. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh. Thanks. Oh, she's gonna freak out. Thank you.
It's a wrap.
Oh.
Get drunk,
Oh. Thank you.
Cheese.
Hey, wow.
Odyssey!
That was great.
That's definitely making the
I'm like crying and laughing, like.
We're adults, we can say fuck him.
I didn't know if we were cursing in the documentary.
It could be children friendly on YouTube.
PG-13, let's get that ad revenue, baby!